Global computer systems are slowly coming back online after a massive tech outage caused chaos and confusion around the world. From broadcasters to banks, stock exchanges, and airlines. The outage also affected healthcare systems, with many hospitals forced to cancel surgeries. The head of the cybersecurity firm which caused the crisis says he's deeply sorry for the disruptions, which were traced back to a flawed software update.
The so-called blue screen of death. This dreaded error message indicates a complete system crash on a Microsoft Windows computer. And suddenly, it's all over the globe. In airports, supermarkets, even at Disneyland. An update rolled out by cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike has been linked to the outage. The unintentional disruption has caused chaos for hospitals around the world.
Currently in the middle of this Microsoft outage, computers are black, we have the screen of death. We do have wound camera phones that are iPhones, which we're allowed to give medications on, but other than that, we don't have access to patient charts.
You have to imagine that in the hospitals, you don't know which patient is actually lying where, what medication he's receiving, what operation is planned. This information is simply not available.
The cyber outage also disrupted global air travel. Massive queues and frustrated passengers, as thousands of flights were cancelled and tens of thousands delayed.
I arrived at the airport and saw this long queue. The staff informed us that the system was down and there was nothing they could do. We just had to stand and wait.
What's a bit worrying is that one company has such an impact on the global economy and the life of the planet.
The CEO of that one company quickly issued an apology.
We're deeply sorry for the impact that we've caused to customers, to travelers, to anyone affected by this, including our companies. So we know what the issue is. We're resolving and have resolved the issue now. It's recovering systems that are out there.
But given the sheer scale of the impact, it is unclear just how long it will take to recover those systems.
To get more answers on this story, let's cross to Sven Herpig. He is the lead for Cybersecurity Policy and Resilience at Interface, a European think tank specializing in information technology. He joins me now from Berlin. Welcome to DW. Sven, even though the situation has improved in the past 24 hours, much of the world is still suffering the consequences of this mishap as we speak. How long till things get back to normal, in your opinion?
I think that can take quite some time. There's some systems that can automatically be updated that will revert back to functional mode. Some things need to be done manually. And some computers are just in places where it's difficult to access them, where it will take maybe days, more weeks. And then on top of that, of course, you have the operational delays. Like the computers work again, but you have to work on all the backlogs that you have. So we're going to see like days and weeks of reverting back to normal, I would say.
In the simplest terms possible, how could a routine software update go so wrong?
Well, the update was not error-free, and it wasn't tested before it was pushed to all the computers worldwide. Something that's a pretty standard process that should have been done here, and that's why, in the end of the day, the company pushed out an update that was able to brick all the computers. And what you have to know about IT security software is they are deeply rooted in the computers, so they have a lot of privileges, and that's why they can cause such a havoc.
So let's be really clear about this. What you're saying is essentially they didn't follow normal procedures.
Well, as it looks right now, this update should have never passed a quality test. So you can assume that they didn't do the quality test or they didn't do it correctly.
There is a reference to this in our report, but the question bears repeating. How can it be that one company essentially has enough power to bring down so many of the world's computers? It's the stuff of Hollywood movies.
Well, I wouldn't look at it like that. I would look at it like we digitalize everything in our lives and everything runs on software. And most of the software is standardized. So you have Microsoft is running a lot of different software that has deep access, especially IT security software. And when this company is on so many computers, when something goes wrong with that software, it would cause an error worldwide. But this is not dependent on this one software that could have done any other IT security software.
What's likely to happen with this company?
That's a very good question. They're facing liability. Depends on the national laws, also where they have to pay fines and everything. I think as of now, it really stands to reason that this company will survive it. But what the damages will be, we'll see in the days and weeks to unfold. Definitely a huge blow to their reputation and the trust that governments and companies have in the company.
Sven, one more question for you. How do we ensure that this doesn't ever happen again?
I don't think you can do that. I mean, we know that quality assurance is a huge part of software updating. If they haven't done it, there's nothing more you can do. If they don't follow standards, you can fine them, you can regulate it. But in the end of the day, it can happen again, and we will likely see it happen again in our lifetime.
That is Sven Herpig, cybersecurity expert from Berlin. We thank you very much for your time and most especially your perspective.
Thank you.